I just made the biggest mess.
Yeah, and in my book.
I'll get you another book, Leo, but I'm in big trouble if Smoothie gets on the carpet.
The carpet? Who cares about the carpet? This was a collector's edition.
Look, I'm sorry. I said I'll get you another one.
You totally don't get it.
You're right. I don't get why you're making such a big deal about this.
The big deal is that I bought it with my own money, and now it's ruined. I'm not sure if I can ever forgive you for this.
Look, Leo, you can't hold this against me forever. Anyways, doesn't the Bible say to forgive people?
Yeah, but I'm sure it also says somewhere in there not to ruin your brother's stuff, too.
I doubt that. But I do remember reading lots about forgiveness in Sunday school. Let's find out about forgiveness from someone firsthand. Excuse me, sir. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I just got reconnected with my family and it has made me a bit emotional. Are you here for some grain?
Oh no, we aren't here for food. I'm Layla, and this is my brother Leo. We're visiting from the future so we can learn about forgiveness.
Yeah, because you destroyed my stuff.
Sibling quarrel. I just happen to have a little experience with that. My name is Joseph, and I'm the 11th of 12 sons.
Oh wow, you must have grown up in a rowdy house.
You can say that again. Life was definitely full of surprises with my brothers around.
Did they ever spill a smoothie all over your favorite book?
No, but they did sell me into slavery when I was 17 years old.
See, Leo, I'm not that bad.
What do you mean your brothers sold you into slavery? Didn't they love you?
I believe they did, but at the time their hearts were hardened by jealousy. You see, my father has always liked me the best, and that didn't go over too well with them.
Well, that isn't cool. My feelings would be hurt too if my parents liked Leo more than they liked me.
Well, it isn't entirely my father's fault that he likes me best. Growing up, I was a good kid. I eagerly cared for his livestock and carried out all of his wishes. He was simply responding to my kindness and obedience.
I guess. But did your father at least keep his favoritism private so it wouldn't be so obvious to your brothers?
Not really. One time he even gave me a colorful coat that represented my high position in the family.
Oh, man.
Yeah, looking back, it probably wasn't the best idea. But being immature, I didn't understand that being blessed didn't come without consequence. I thought my brothers would always have my back. I shared everything with them, even my dreams.
What could be so wrong with sharing your dreams?
Well, my dreams came to me from God. They showed my entire family bowing down to me. My brothers didn't like this at all and became very vengeful.
Yikes. I wouldn't be happy about bowing down to my sister either.
Yeah, but I bet you wouldn't want to kill her.
I thought you said they sold you, not tried to kill you.
Well, my brothers Reuben and Judah talked the rest of my brothers out of killing me. To buy some time, Reuben convinced my brothers to throw me into a well, but before he could return with help, Judah had persuaded my brothers to sell me instead of kill me.
That's just awful. What did they tell your father? If you were his favorite, he must have been worried sick about you.
I heard they told him I'd been eaten by a beast. Come to find out, they even dipped my robe into goat's blood to make their story even more convincing.
How terrible.
It was terrible. I felt so betrayed. I thought I could never forgive them, but I did.
How?
Forgiving my brothers only came after I recognized the bigger picture of my life. I had to experience many years of good, bad, and even ugly times to finally have this clarity.
You even learned from the bad times?
Most definitely. For example, upon arriving in Egypt, I was sold to the captain of the guard named Potiphar. I served Potiphar well, just like I'd done for my father. When Potiphar saw that the Lord was with me, he favored me and gave me great responsibility.
It sounded like life was going well for you.
Considering my circumstances, life was good. Until Potiphar's wife wanted me to be her boyfriend.
Awkward.
It was very awkward. I ran right out of there. Unfortunately, she made up a terrible story about me and had me thrown in prison.
That's awful. Did you ever forgive her?
Eventually, I forgave her too, once I realized that prison was where God needed me to be.
Why on earth would God need you to go to prison?
Although it wasn't the greatest place, prison was where God worked through me to interpret dreams, which was what ultimately freed me and placed me into this position of power.
Who was bowing to you in these dreams?
Actually, the dreams belonged to some of my fellow prisoners. 2 men who happened to work closely with the Pharaoh and could directly tell him about me in the moment he needed me the most. Before I knew it, God helped me to interpret Pharaoh's dreams, and I was a free man again.
Those must have been some dreams for you to regain your freedom and become an Egyptian leader.
They were. Pharaoh's dreams were very peculiar.
What did he dream about?
First, he dreamt he was standing by the Nile River, and out came 7 plump, healthy cows. And then suddenly, 7 skinny, unhealthy cows came out of the river and gobbled up the 7 plump, healthy cows.
That is strange.
It gets even stranger. Next, Pharaoh dreamt of 7 healthy heads of grain being swallowed up by 7 skinny, scorched, unhealthy heads of grain.
So, what did all of that mean?
God was showing Pharaoh that Egypt was about to have 7 years of great abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. After receiving this news, Pharaoh put me in charge to make a plan.
What did you do?
I led the commissioners of Egypt to collect 1/5 of all the harvests during the 7 good years. This food was held in reserve until now.
So that's why you asked us if we were here for grain. Egypt is in its 7 years of famine.
That's correct. People from all over the land have come here to get food in order to survive. Even my brothers. Just as God showed me, my brothers came here, bowed down before me, and begged me for food.
But they were so awful to you. Did you give them any?
Of course I gave them food, and lots of it. Their families, my family, was starving in Canaan. With 5 more years of famine still ahead of us, I sent my brothers home to gather my father and all they have and told them to come back here where they will survive.
Wow, that must have been tough after all they'd done to you.
It wasn't easy, but God taught me to love them and forgive them. I had realized that it was God, not my brothers, who had sent me here. God sent me here ahead of my family in order to save them.
Oh, now I get it. It was all God's plan. I'm not sure what his plan is for my book, but I do forgive you, Layla.
Thanks, Leo. I really am sorry.
And thank you, Joseph, for reminding me that even though forgiving people can be hard, it's the right thing to do.
Oh, it warms my heart to see you two forgive one another. Take care, children, and remember that it's normal for siblings to argue, but God always wants us to love and forgive one another.
I can't believe you found a signed edition of my favorite book. This copy is way better than my other one. It really means a lot to me.
You're welcome, Leo. I'm really sorry for messing up your book. Thank you for forgiving me.
Look, if Joseph can forgive his brothers for doing all that awful stuff to him, I can forgive you for accidentally spilling your smoothie all over my book.
Now I can see why you're Dad's favorite son.
Yeah, you know. Wait a minute. I'm the only son.
If you like time traveling with Leo and Layla, watch more of their adventures at PragerUkids.com. And parents, don't forget to subscribe.